Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Okay, so welcome back you guys. I am so freaking excited to be doing this story time. Like, y'all don't understand, I've been waiting so long to tell this story. Okay, so if you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Candice and welcome to Candyland. Okay, and if you are returning back, what's up girl, you feel me? I'm glad you're back. You already know what the deal is with these story times. Okay, so I need y'all to get comfortable, grab a seat, grab you something to eat, you know what I'm saying? Let's have a kiki, okay? Because we be having, I mean, in my comment section on these story times be lit, because y'all be catching everything, stuff I don't even be catching. Y'all be piecing things together, you know what I'm saying? And I could piece some stuff together, but y'all Candyland, y'all be okay. So anyways you guys, this story time is just, it's all over the place. Okay, it's like I don't even know where to start, but I'm gonna just get right into it, okay? Because I'm ready to give y'all the juice, the tea, the squeeze, you feel me? All that. All right, so this story time you guys is literally like, it's not recent, like it didn't happen within like the last 2 years or so, but like this definitely happened like in my mid-20s, you know what I'm saying? It's more recent than some of the other story times I've told y'all, but it hasn't happened, like this didn't happen within the last 2 years, but definitely my mid-20s. Okay, let me hydrate a little bit. This story time was basically, let's start from the beginning just so I can give y'all a little background. I like to give y'all background before the story so y'all can understand the characters, their parts, and the role that they play. Okay, so when I was younger, like growing up, y'all already know I'm from Los Angeles, born and raised. And in the neighborhood that I grew up in, it was really only like 2 or 3 like black families on the block. Like for the most part, it was just like Caucasian, like, you know. So I was like, okay, so this is how it was. Like each like family kind of had like an older brother and like younger sisters. Like I don't know, it was just like that. Like all the guys like were around the same age, and they had younger sisters who were like around the same age, kind of, right? So all the guys like kind of in the neighborhood, their little sisters were like, you know, like I don't know how to explain it, but like they got to go outside. Your girl didn't get to go outside, okay? Like they got to be outside with the shits, having fun, turned up. I didn't. My parents basically, I'm not gonna say they sheltered me, but like I was in the house, right? But there was this one guy who lived on my street, and he didn't have a little sister, and he really wasn't running with the crowd that like my brother and everybody was running with, but like you knew him, you know what I'm saying? So back in the day when I was like in middle school, he was like in high school, so he was always like the boy next door like type crush, like, you know what I'm saying? Like he was just so fine to me. So I don't know if y'all can tell already by now by the story times I be describing people, but I had like this infatuation with guys with hair when I was like in middle school, elementary, middle school, a little, not even high school, elementary, middle school. So like when Trey Songz came out, y'all remember he had braids, I loved him. But my all-time favorite was Lloyd. Lloyd was like, y'all, like I thought Lloyd was just the most beautiful man I had ever seen in my life. Like you guys do not understand, that was like my childhood everything, right? So this boy who lived on my street, y'all, he looked like Lloyd. Like I know y'all be like, girl, you be trying to compare these people to celebrities, but no, he really looked like Lloyd back in the day. Like he had like the hair, like he looked like him to me. Like a lot of people would say he didn't, but like to me, I feel like he looked like Lloyd. Like, so basically he was in high school and I was like in middle school, whatever. So obviously it was a thing of, you know, age, and then plus like I feel like at that time my brother definitely didn't like let me talk to like older guys, and I never tried to, but you know, you had things such as MySpace, so you would find these people in your neighborhood on their like social medias, right? And I don't even think at the time, I'm trying to think, supposed to have like MySpace or whatever, but like obviously I did. Like I was just sneaking around. So I had found the guy who lived on my street. I found his MySpace, whatever. I used to just look at him. I didn't add him as a friend or anything, whatever. So that was like the history, the backstory on like him. We never talked. I would see him sometimes like taking his groceries out of his mom's car, putting it in the house, just looking at him, but we never talked. Like he would say hi because we lived on the same street, but like not know, oh Candice, what's up? Like he didn't know me, but like he knew of me, right? So basically years passed. I go to high school. I end up going to Hollywood High, which is not in my neighborhood. I didn't live in Hollywood, I lived in LA. So I went to school with people who didn't live in my neighborhood, and all the neighborhood kids went to one school, like, and I didn't want to go to that school. So for like maybe throughout high school, for the 4 years, like nobody really ever seen me in my neighborhood because I went to this far like school. Like Hollywood wasn't far, but like nobody went there, so like nobody seen me. It was like, we know Candice lives here because we went to like middle school with her and some elementary, but like whatever. So high school's over, you know what I'm saying, and I'm pretty much not even really dealing with people from my neighborhood like that because I just didn't. I ended up moving away, as y'all know, whatever. Fast forward, I'm like in my early to mid 20s and I get an Instagram request from, let's give him a name. Let's call him Lloyd, okay? Why not? Let's call him Lloyd. So I get a request from Lloyd, and not the actual Lloyd, you guys, okay? Hopefully y'all are following this story time and understand why I'm naming him Lloyd, and y'all don't think that it's really Lloyd because it's really not Lloyd. So hopefully y'all understand where I'm coming from when I said his name is Lloyd, but not the actual Lloyd, okay? So let's just a request from Lloyd on Instagram or whatever. We was following each other, and I usually be getting friend requests from a lot of people like that know my brother or in the same neighborhood I grew up in, but like they'll like pictures but they don't say nothing because I don't know. So anyways, I got a request from him, whatever, and I noticed like he wouldn't like pictures. He would never directly talk to me, but he would like comment on my stories. Like he would be like, oh, you over here, or you doing this, or oh, that's cool. Like, you know, like he was just slide in my DMs every now and again or whatever, right? So this one time I remember he was pressing so hard. He was like, I want to see you, I want to hang out with you, we grew up together. I mean, we grew up together, but not like that. Like he was putting extras on it. Like I used to just be outside on a skateboard with him. Like I was in the house, and so he's like, we grew up together. He's like, it'd be fun for us to hang out, we should hang out, we should hang out. And I didn't want to, and again y'all, I'm grown as hell at this time, but I just have this thing about like dating guys who know my brother and who are my brother's age. Like I have this thing about it. Like I don't ever want to make my brother feel uncomfortable, or I don't know how to explain it. Like comment down below if you're a younger sister and have an older brother. It's just like this unspoken thing. Like you don't want to talk to, like, because they wasn't friends, but it was, I don't know, I just felt weird about it. So I was just kind of like So this one day I remember I was at work and I left work early because I think I was just not feeling it. Like I just needed a mental day. So when I got home, I remember he DM'd me randomly and was like, oh, what are you doing when you get off? And I was like, I'm actually already off. So he was like, okay, like, you know, let's hang out. Like, let's, you know, let's do something. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing nothing. Like I'm off from work. Like let's make the best out of the day. So I never wore makeup or nothing to work, so I was looking real crusty. So I had to, like, you know, get myself together, get cute, whatever. So I pulled up on him or whatever. I went to his house and I parked my car or whatever. He was like, no, like, you going with me, right? So yeah, he had a really nice car, like a really nice car. I'm not gonna tell y'all the type of car, but he had a really nice car. So he's like, nah, you rolling with me, because he was trying to pick me up from my house. But from previous story times, y'all know why I don't do that. Okay, I don't play that. Like, if I don't play that. So I came to his house and I parked my car or whatever. So we got in his car and I still didn't know what we were doing, where we were going, but he was like, it's gonna be fun, let's just get out the house, whatever. So he ends up taking me to this really nice rooftop restaurant bar in Hollywood, and I'm not gonna say the name of it, but if you're from LA, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, like it's pretty exclusive, let's just say that. Like, it's not no you can't just walk up in there like, oh, I'm ready to eat. Like, it's pretty exclusive, right? So I was surprised because I was like, I would have dressed up way more, like, you know, I was looking cute, but I wasn't looking cute for where we was at in Hollywood. Like, it was lit. So he was like, no, like, you look fine, da, 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 da. So we went, we were eating, we were having drinks, and it was just a really nice time. Like, I was really enjoying myself, like, you know. So he had asked me if I wanted, like, to get drinks, like, you know, and I was like, nah, you know, because, like, I'm still driving home. Like, even though we drove his car, I still have to drive from his house to my house, mind y'all. So keep that in mind throughout this story time. And so he's like, all right, whatever. So he's like taking him back, and these y'all, this restaurant is not like, this ain't no cheap restaurant, okay? Them drinks was expensive, the food was expensive, the experience is expensive, okay? It was not a cheap restaurant, a cheap date whatsoever. It was a pretty penny, okay? So he's just ordering drinks, taking it back. So we're having a good time, we're just enjoying ourselves, we're talking, we're catching up. He's like, was super goofy, funny, like, it wasn't awkward, it wasn't weird, you know, it was just really fun, like, you know. And I hadn't at that time had fun with someone in a very long time, so it was really nice. So we come time to go, and I know what y'all thinking, it's not gonna be like the other story time. He did not try to get the drink taken off the bill. No honey, that did not happen. I know what y'all thinking, that's not how this story time is gonna go. He paid for the drinks and he left a hefty tip, okay? Car pulled up and we get in the car, and I noticed that, like, all right, so pause, like, really, you know, pause or whatever. Get in the car and he gets in the driver's seat and I get in the passenger. Now pause, like, and I'm not going to talk too much deeply on this subject, but I've been around people who struggle with alcoholism, and it's a very, like I'm not going to get too deep into it. If you've been watching my channel for a while, I've talked about this a little bit in one of my Vlogmas segments from years ago, but I've dealt with it, so I know exactly, like, you know, how that looks and how, you know, that makes me feel, right? So he was very like lit. So I was like, hey, I'll drive your car, you know. For one, like I said, he had a really nice car, but even if he didn't have a nice car, like, you can't drive, like, I need to drive. Like, for one, you're driving me, I'm precious cargo, and for two, like, you are lit, like, you cannot be behind a wheel. So he kept telling me, no, I don't want you to drive, I don't want you to drive. And I was like, well, I'm not getting in the car with you, like, you're drunk, like, I'm not getting in the car with you. I was like, well, I'm just Uber, like, and you're just find your way home. Not like that, but like, he's grown and you're a grown man, so it's just like, if you don't want to take matters into your own hands to protect your life, let me step up and protect mine, okay? And ladies, that is a word. If you are with someone and you see that they are too intoxicated, under any type of influence that you do not feel comfortable with, don't get in the car, okay? Do not get in the car. And so he was like, fine, like, I don't want you to take an Uber home, I don't want you to take a Lyft, just drive my car. So I'm driving his car and he's still being like super goofy and laughy, girl. He is like throwing up, like, outside of his window, his car. But I wasn't tripping because it's his car. I'm like, you can throw up everywhere, I don't care, just don't throw up on me. But this your car, like, I'm just trying to get us back to the crib so I can get in my car and go home. But I wasn't mad or nothing like that. Like, I wasn't pissed, like, oh, I'm never gonna talk to you again. But I was just like, you know, this is like our first time hanging out and you are drunk. So I stopped at like 7-Eleven and I bought him like some BC powders, some bananas, some water. I'm like, you need to sober up, like, get yourself together. Like, I just, I don't like that. Like, I don't like that. And let me not judge, because I've been that way before, where I've been like really, really lit. But for the most part, I'm around like my really, really close friends and people who I trust, and I know that like they're gonna make sure that I'm okay. And I'm trying to be better at that anyway. Like, I don't want to be too lit to the point where people have to take care of me. But again, when that has happened to me, I've been around like my close friends, like Jania and like Brianna and like Jasmine and like Sakine. Like, I've been around my close friends. Like, you know, I don't be around people I don't know. So anywho, so he gets home or whatever, and like that's that. Like, he gets home or whatever. So I get in my car, drive home or whatever, and then I get this you know how Cash App will tell you when someone sends you money? So he sent me some money, and I was like, I hit him up and I was like, why did you send me money? He was just like, oh, like just because, like, you know, you got me home, da, da, da. So I was like, okay, whatever. I didn't feel no type of way about it, because I mean, I don't know, I was just like, whatever. So I took the money. So weeks and weeks go on, and we were talking like every other day, not on some good morning, good night, every single day type stuff, but we was still chit-chatting. But I really wasn't taking him serious. He was just really a friend to me in my eyes, because of our history as like him being my brother's age and know my brother and my brother's friends, and me not really wanting to cross those lines. So this one day he hit me up. So we was like hanging out in between that time, that date. We would like do like little stuff here and there. Like, we was hanging out, but we hadn't went back out like on like out to eat, like on a date type of stuff. Like, we was doing little stuff like getting ice cream, going to Chipotle, like, you know, hanging out, stuff like that. But like, we hadn't been on like another date until this time. So we hung out for like some months or whatever, and he was like, oh, I want to go to this, I want to take you to this place, da, 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 like, you know. So y'all, this time I got really, really cute. I got done up, I got dressed up. I was like, oh, because baby, I gotta look good, right? Because he told me the place we were going, and I was just like, you know, I want to look cute. So I got home, I got dressed, I got cute, whatever, and I pulled up and I got to his house. So this is when things get real, like, so I pulled up to his house, and he's like, oh, now usually the first time I went to his house, I parked in front of his house, right? And he was like, nah, like, you know, maybe you should park on like this side street, right? Now the neighborhood is very, very, you know, safe. It's very, you know, I didn't have a problem with leaving my car on a side street. What I did have a problem with was, why do I need to leave my car on a side street when you have plenty of free parking in front of your house? Like, what, like, whatever. He was like, oh no, like, you know, I don't, and I'm like, it's not like cleaning or nothing, like, it's nighttime. So, and he was like, no, it's been people side swiping cars, and he just gave me this stupid excuse. But I'm like, okay, I'm gonna park my car on the side street, whatever. So I parked my car on the side street. He drove to the street and picked me up or whatever. So I got in a car with him, and he was just being super, super like lovey-dovey, which I didn't really understand, because we were never on that level. We never did anything. We never kissed. We never did nothing. So I didn't understand why. I just didn't understand why we were like, he was being like that towards me. Like, I was just a little, you know, taken aback. So I was like, hey, like, hey, hey.
Hey. How y'all doing?
So we go to this nice bar or whatever, and well, he was taking shots, and I was drinking, I wasn't drinking like alcohol or nothing, but they had like this specialty like non-alcoholic drink, so I was drinking that or whatever. It was really good, and it was like a live band playing. It was really, really nice, and I really enjoyed myself, right? So we leave. Of course, he pulls back up to the house. I get in my car from the side street, and I go home, don't think nothing of it. So around 1 a.m. 2 a.m. I get a text of a screenshot of me to my phone from his number, and the message was like, you're fat, you're, what did it say? It was like, you're fat, or like lose some weight or something like that, from his phone, and it was the picture of me. So I was like, huh, like, that's weird. Like, and side note, you guys, I've never been one to be, what is the word, I never really dealt with like bullying or nothing on that type of level ever really in my life. Like, of course, I've always been a big girl, so like in elementary I kind of did, but I never really went through a phase of like, you know, and if people ever did talk about like my weight or calling me fat, like it never, like it almost never really bothered me. Not like that, but like there's other insecurities about myself that someone could say that would trigger me more than someone calling me fat. You get me? But I was more concerned as to the text, because like you've been hanging out with me this whole, and it was just so random, like, and I was like, wait, this is not him, right? So I didn't say nothing to the text. It was like 1 a.m. I went to sleep. Like, again, that doesn't trigger me. There's literally like other things that you could tell me that would trigger the heck out of me and literally have me like, damn, like, but calling me fat is like, it's not one of them. Like, I don't know, weight jokes don't really bother, like, I don't know, like, not like that, but like, you know, I'm cute as hell, like I'm fine, like I know I am, and there's nothing wrong with like having confidence, but like, y'all, I'm fine as okay. I went to sleep and then I woke up and then I had like 30 missed phone calls from him. So I called him back and I was like, what's up? And he was like, that was not me. I don't, that wasn't me. And I was like, so who was it? So I had to keep getting it out of him, and he tells me his ex-girlfriend hacked his iCloud, got my number, found my Instagram, and texted me from his number from his phone. Now, y'all, I don't know too much about like iCloud and how you can like get in it, or I don't even know if you can text someone. Like, can you text somebody from an iCloud from your number and not be with them? Like, I've never logged into my iCloud on anything, honestly, you guys. So I really don't know how it works, but like he was trying to make it seem like she was like at her house and logged into his iCloud and then texted me from his number. I don't know, but is that a thing? Like, I never really cared too much to do the research, but I don't know, is that a thing, or was they together and she went through his phone? Because I feel like they was together and she went through his phone. Like, that's what I really felt that it was. Like, they was together and she picked up his phone. He realized it at like 1 a.m. and was like, oh crap, like let me hit Candice up. And I was like, oh, okay, like, you know, keep your thing in check. Like, if that's your ex-girlfriend, she shouldn't have that much access to your personal life anyway. Like, what the heck? So I was kind of off him because I'm just like, I don't like stuff like that. Like, none of my guys that I've ever talked to or dated ever had to go through a man hitting them up, because men who I date, if I'm yours, I'm yours. There's no one else on the side. And if I'm not yours, baby, you know I'm not yours. So there is no hitting nobody else up or contacting nobody. Like, I didn't have some crazy boyfriends, but you know, I ain't never had nobody overstep those boundaries of my personal life, because baby, I pay my bills. You know what I'm saying? I pay my bills, all my bills, including my phone bill. So until you paying a bill, you can't ever go through my phone if you're my man or not. Yeah, I was kind of off him. So I continuously got like these random like texts from his phone throughout the weeks, and like it would be random calls, and like I would call it back, and then it would just be like breathing on the other end, and I'm like, okay. Lil mama got his phone. Like, it was just really weird, and I just felt so like annoyed because he wasn't even a guy I was talking to on a romantic level. So it's like, why, if you was dealing with this girl, then don't deal with me, because even though we're not on a romantic level, that's still gonna piss her off like it would any girl, right? This one day I was like tired of it. I was over it. It was this one day I had a YouTube event that I had to go to, and this was going on throughout the day, and I was like, nah, like, you not finna be like, I got work to do, I got money to make. Like, I was like, this is not gonna happen. So later on that night, I don't know how I found her, but I found his ex-girlfriend or current girlfriend, whatever, but I think they was together. And y'all, she's like this popular Instagram model type of girl, and she's really good friends with another Instagram model girl, like very popular, like always on the shade room, like, you know, oh, like this is so-and-so, like, you know what I'm saying, that's cool, that's cute, whatever. So I DM'd her from my real page to her personal page, blue check and all, and I said, oh, did you think that was cute? Like, was you trying to be funny? Like, I think that's what I said, was you trying to be funny? Like, and she wrote me back like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about, I don't even know you, da, 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 da. And I'm like, girl, like, for you to be who you are, like, you probably get random fans who DM you all the time, and if it had nothing to do with you or concern you, you would have never responded back to me. Like, you wouldn't have. Like, girl, right? Really, 10 minutes later, she blocked me. She blocked me, honey. That baby went ghost. Like, it said no post available. Like, she blocked me. Hit him up and I was like, you know what, it's a wrap. Like, I was like, I'm not about to do this with you. I was like, this isn't fun for me. I don't like to be harassed by your girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, whomever it is. I was like, this isn't fun for me. I was like, tell her to stay in her place and you stay in your place, and we don't got to be in the same place. Like, it was too much. Like, you're not even my man. Like, this is too much. We was having fun, you know what I'm saying? But that's not fun for me, right? So, oh no, Candice, that's not even like that. Please don't, please don't, please don't. But I was still off him, because when it gets to the point where you are literally harassing me throughout my day while I'm handling business, and I come to you as a woman to, you know what I'm saying? Because girl, and if you scroll to the bottom of her like feed, like early on, like, she has pictures with him, so I knew this was her. Like, I knew this was her. And then she blocked me. So I'm just like, girl, if this wasn't you and you didn't know me, you had no, like, you would have did all that. So I stopped talking to him, because I was like, this is weird, that's weird. Like, yo, girl is weird, both of y'all weird. Like, y'all can have each other. Thanks for taking me out on the expensive dates to restaurants that I ain't never been to. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have to spend no money. You spent it, that's cool. Like, I'm not tripping. Like, I didn't lose nothing in that situation, but I'm not finna have my phone going off at all hours of the night because your girl's insecure. I'm not gonna do that. So fast forward, y'all. This one day, I'm hanging out with my brother and we're just talking in general conversation, and I tell him, I'm like, yeah, I've been hanging out with such and such. I said, but we stopped hanging out. I didn't tell him why we stopped hanging out. I was like, but you know, it's nothing. Like, it's nothing. So he was like, wait, you've been hanging out with such and such, Lloyd? And I was like, yeah, like, you know, we been kicking. He was like, oh, nah, like, nah, that's not gonna go down like that. And he was like, he ain't even tell me. And I was like, well, I'm grown. Like, he was like, nah, like, it's a code to that. Like, you can't, you know. So y'all, tell me why my brother pull out his phone. He go to Instagram and he DM'd Lloyd. He DM'd him, and I think he said something along the lines of, hey, like, so you wasn't gonna tell me like you was talking to my sister? Y'all, when I tell you, he responded back so quickly. He said, hey bro, it's nothing like that. I respect who you are in the hood. I respect everything, and it ain't nothing like that. Like, basically my brother was like, calm down, I just asked you a question. Like, are you talking to my sister? Man, bro, it ain't nothing like that. She like a little sister to me. And so I'm like, why would you do that? Like, I was slick annoyed with my brother, because I was just like, why would you do that? Like, that makes me look so childish. But I was like, whatever, I'm not talking to him no more. Y'all, literally 20 minutes later, I get a phone call from him. Why would you tell your brother? And messy, now you done got me caught up. I'm like, who? Like, what? Like, he was real life spooked, y'all. Like, my brother, like, it's too much to go into, but he was real life spooked. Like, my brother real life like shook him up. He was like, I can't even talk to you no more because you done got me in trouble with the homies. I'm like, trouble? Like, we're grown. Like, I just didn't understand, like, you know what I'm saying? And as I think about this story time over, it's like, you know, it's good that my brother hit you up and checked you just so you could be reminded of who I am, because at the end of the day, did nobody check you? Or maybe I didn't check you enough to let you know to have your stop texting me. It wasn't all this where she was texting me and hitting me up and harassing me, but the one message my brother sends you, oh, you're messy, you got me in this drama. I'm like, what drama? Like, don't nobody want no smoke with you. Like, he just asked you a simple question and I seen his DMs, and you're over explaining yourself because you feel like you're guilty or that you have to explain yourself to my brother because of who my brother is. Like, it's just weird. So yeah, y'all, that was my story time. I would say my brother fumbled the bag, okay, because y'all, like, that man was paying for everything. And not that I'm like a gold digger or nothing like that, but I like having a nice time, and I like when guys, you know, take the time to spend, you know, the extra coin to let me have a good time, you know. But like I said, it was over before my brother even like hit that boy up. But I don't know, it was just a lot, and it was just really weird, and I just didn't feel like I needed to continue to talk to someone who had a crazy ex-girlfriend. Like, I I don't like stuff like that. Like, I just don't. I've never been that type of girl, so I'm not gonna deal with those type of women. So, you know. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, y'all, we are so close to 500 subscribers. I think we had like 450. I don't know. I think we had like 450, 455. I don't know. But we're so close to 500 subscribers, you guys. So again, comment on this video. Let me know that you were subscribed. Subscribe to my channel, and that's all you have to do to be entered into the giveaway. I will be sending one of you guys a cute little gift, okay, just for my appreciation for you guys who support me and who have been like day one Candyland reps. Like, I see it. I see every comment. I respond back to every comment. Like, y'all, I see it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, okay? Let me know how y'all like this story time. More to come. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.